Welcome back to the Hide. We are back out in the gun room today for another accessory review. So a big shout out to Bo over at UTG for sending this out for us to take a look at. But this is one of their A2 carry handles. And I'll be honest, I haven't had a lot of experience with A2 carry handles, but I have had a little bit. I've used the cheap ones, and I want to kind of go over some of the differences between those and one of a bit more quality, which I believe this one to be, which is why I agreed to review it. So a couple of the features, probably the best feature of this whole unit is going to be that it's made in the USA. So if you guys don't know, the UTG Pro products are made in the USA. And I mean, they're legit. From all the stuff that I've seen from the Pro line has been very good quality, seems to be very well built, and has held up quite well over time. Mil-spec, top flat, match grade, detachable carry handle. Forge, it's 7075 T6. Hard black anodization, rugged steel A2 side assembly provides precision and reliable windage and elevation adjustments. Dual aiming apertures, exact height to co-witness with standard front sight. So this should work well with the F-marked front sight base, equipped with retention thumb nuts for easy and secure installation. So let's take this thing out of the box here and see what we got to work with. And some of the things that I did want to point out. But this is item number, as you can see there, TLUR S001. Now, some of the things that kind of stick out for me. One, of course, you do have your forging mark. So this is if it's forged, it's probably going to be quality. I mean, I'll just say that, right off the bat, because comparing this to a couple of the cast ones that I've seen, there is some big differences. One being the thumb nuts. So the one that I had before, these thumb nuts were a lot smaller, and also the clamp here on the side, this portion here was also a lot smaller. So you can see how this one wraps completely around the side of the sight. The one that I had, it didn't go up as far as this one here does. So obviously the bigger this is, the more clamping force you're going to have on your top rail. So that's going to help to keep it more secure. And lastly, these studs that go through for the thumb nuts, these actually protrude a little bit. So that's going to help it lock into the Picatinny rail a little bit better. The one that I had before, these were completely flush. So it would basically, you couldn't get it tight enough to where it wouldn't start to eventually walk itself one way or another. The adjustment on the back, so there's your dual apertures. You got your long range and your short range. Okay. You do have your markings on the rear here to kind of set your elevation. Let's see. So the turning of that is very positive. You do have a spring detent in there. See there, get the shadow out of the way. I don't know if you can hear that, but the clicks are nice and positive. So you got that spring detent in there to allow you to get a precise adjustment. And then your thumb wheel for your elevation looks to be properly marked. And again, same with that. It's good and snug, and you get positive detent clicks with that. So, and then of course their insignia here on the left hand side. But overall, fit and finish, I mean, the anodization, I hope the camera is picking that up well. Also, it looks to be very good. Get the camera to focus on it. But there's no nicks or burrs or anything like that. The handle portion itself is very smooth. So all the machining appears to have done correctly. And all the adjustments seem to be really, really good. So let's get this thing on a rifle. We'll take a couple of shots with it, and we'll get some final thoughts. Okay, so we got our UTG Pro carry handle mounted up to our Aero Precision Retro A2 build. So let's take a few shots here and kind of see it in action. All right. Very cool. So I tell you, the adjustments on this thing are very crisp. It didn't take me hardly no time at all to get this thing sighted in. I sighted it in at 25 yards, and I have no trouble making hits out to 100 with it. The ease of use, I tell you, if you guys have not really shot retro stuff, and if you're in the market maybe to start a retro build, definitely take a look at this UTG Pro. One other thing that I did want to point out is kind of the differences between some of your more cheaper A2 carry handles and some of the more expensive ones, the forged ones, is the adjustments can walk around. So you can actually be shooting it and your zero can change. That one that I had previously, which I can't remember the brand of it, but it wasn't, it was maybe like a $20 carry handle. It wasn't much, guys. And literally I could set it and within about a magazine, the zero would be completely off. I have not seen that with this one, so it's locked on very good. The thumb nuts, they are very secure. You don't have to really torque them down at all. With the addition of that clamp being as big as it is, there's a lot of surface area for that to clamp onto, so it holds it nice and snug. So if you guys are looking to kind of do your own retro build and you're in the market possibly for a carry handle, definitely check out the UTG Pro stuff. Around 60 to 65 bucks, and you know, definitely don't cheap out on your site. It's well worth the money to get a quality one, so that way you know you're actually going to be hitting what you're aiming at. But if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments, do you think you guys might be starting yourself an A2 retro build? And as always, shoot straight. Later.